Hey guys, Jeff from NATO Arms here. Today we're going to be doing a full loadout. Yep, that's right. Head to toe, shoulder to shoulder, all the infantry equipment, uniforms, boots, helmets, hats, just little extra things. And we're going to be doing it. And this probably might be a long video. Who knows? We'll see when we get to the end of it. But here we go. So our kit today is going to be a early 80s U.S. infantry staff sergeant. And we're just gonna hop right into it. See you there. All right. So right now we're gonna start from the head and work our way down, and then we'll show a few other things that go along with it. All right. So starting at the top, we have the helmet. Now this helmet is practically the exact same thing they used in World War II. So it's the exact same shape and everything. The only thing that's different about it is the cover and the straps. So basically, it's the shell and a liner with the USGI style liner in there. That's all it is. So it starts out. The shell has a camo helmet cover with the same camo as my jacket and my pants. The liner is just a plain OD green late type liner. So they started using these in about '73, and you see it kind of separates from the helmet. It's a little different. The late type straps, and you'll probably wonder, where's the straps at, man? That helmet's gonna fall off his head. Well, if you have it tight enough, it won't really fall off your head. If you have it tight enough, it don't really fall off your head. And the straps were uncomfortable, very uncomfortable. So I took them off. I still got them. They're in my closet. So basically, the liner is dated 85, and the helmet doesn't have a date, obviously. So that's that. Cover up my gingerness. Going down, got my BDU. These are Type 2 BDUs made in 1993 with Staff Sergeant rank slides on them that go here on the collar tabs. Nameplate U.S. Army. I don't have a nameplate. I don't have to get one right here. They just have button-up breast pockets, and they have abdomen pockets too. The sleeves can unbutton and tighten and roll up if you need them to. It has an American flag patch right here, and on the shoulder, looking all starred banner. Moving on to the field gear. Now, this is the Alice 1972 gear. Alice is a acronym standing for all-purpose lightweight individual carrying equipment. And this was introduced in '73 to the troops. It didn't become mainstream until about the '80s. You got issued Alice in the '80s. But I've heard first-hand accounts that Marines were still getting Vietnam-era canteens and canteen covers and ammo pouches by the '80s. So these are the Alice suspenders. These hold up your belt, which I will show you later. And they have this D-ring for hanging on flashlights, which I currently have on my belt. You just hang them on there, and it can hang off, and you can turn it on. And most people carried them on their belts by the time '80s was here. This is a compass / medic first aid pouch. It just has a single one-button design, and original 1960s can of Band-Aids, don't mind that. But just goes up in there, and you just snap it on, which it's not snapping very well. There went. Snaps on. Also uses an Alice clip to just hang off on the strap here. Adjustments right here. I've used electrical tape to just mark those off. And moving in from the back here, it just comes up right there, it splits into two and connects to the belt. All right, moving down. All right, guys, now I'm going to move on to my belt. Now, the belt's probably the most important piece of this entire equipment because it holds pretty much everything you've got. All right, so belt buckle. It's this plastic belt buckle they came out with in the 70s with this, and you just pull it up, and the block right here, this is a block keeping it together. You just flips up, block comes apart. This is a nylon belt, Alice belt. It's got holes in it for the old 1910 hanger system. Yeah, nylon. Moving around from right all the way down to the left side, we have ammo pouch with some ammo pouch. This holds 3 30-round magazines and 2 grenades on each side. And it has this just plastic speed fastener. It's black, comes on the part. Put a grenade in there. And it's got some plastic stiffeners in there that holds it stiff and square, but it still allows it to accordion out to fit when you have it empty. Another ammo pouch, exactly the same thing. Canteen pouch, which I do not have a canteen in it right now. I do not. Oh, I know exactly where they went. I'm not going to go get them, though. Canteen goes in there. It's also one. The Alice canteen pouch with a this is where you put your iodine pills to purify your water in the field. One way to tell these apart from the ones used in the Vietnam War was the ones in Vietnam had plastic snaps and had vertical stitching. So you see how it stitches horizontally side to side? It said vertical stitching. Very center back, I have a entrenching cover pouch. An entrenching tool pouch, sorry. Entrenching tool pouch made in 1974, although this is the old M1967 version used in Vietnam. The mixing of Vietnam stuff and the Alice stuff was very common. Next, canteen pouch. And on the inside, I have a canteen cup in the 80s style. The soldier would carry one canteen cup, even though with 2 canteen covers. You didn't need... If I could get it out, I'm so sorry, guys. A soldier only carried one canteen cup, because even though you had 2 canteens, which was quite a bit of water. They hold more than you think. It's like twice or 3 times the size of a water bottle. Like, it's pretty big. A quart, I think it's a quart. Even though you had 2, you only needed 1 cup. Issuing every soldier 2 cups would be wasteful because you only need 1 cup. I mean, come on. It's just metal and has a butterfly handle. If I can get this out, I swear. These are the hard... Once you get these in here, they're the hardest to get out. I have no idea why they designed them like this. I mean, come on. Oh. I think we're making progress. Oh, and... Come on. It's almost out. And... Aha! It's out. Now a canteen cup. This side has a butterfly handle that crosses and locks. Use it just around the other way. Just use it like that. You can drink. You also use this to drink. Right now it's kind of dirty. I would not suggest drinking out of this at all. But and we're back to the front. Now, I will show you some accessories, and I will go get those right now, and we'll be right back after the break. All right, hey, guys, now we're going to take a little bit of a closer look at some of the little equipment and these pouches I just showed you that I did not have. First, this is a canteen. It's a believe it's two. I think it's a quart or 2 quarts. One of the two. Don't quote me on that. This one's made 2001, but this is one of these pieces of equipment that the U.S. government thought there was absolutely nothing wrong with since 1956 and has not changed it since. Only in color variation have these changed since 1956. That's close to 60, 70 years, somewhere in that area. I'm not doing the math. And these are the exact same. The writing on the front says, for water only, do not apply Canteen to open flame or burner plates. Telling you it's plastic, don't burn this, it will melt, and it will ruin your water. This one's a little special. This one's different. This is 2 Canteens. This one's full with water. This one was made in 1966. You can see the maker's mark on it. 1966. It's got water in it. And look how similar they are. Maybe a little bit of color change, and that's probably because this one's just older and more sun-bleached. Look, it's the exact same thing. Now, these two are only a little bit different because they're different types of canteens. This one is a gas mask canteen. Now, I had my M17 gas mask on, there's a hose that you get issued that hooks up to this little piece right here, and if it works correct, you can hook it up to your gas mask, like somewhere like right here. You can drink water while using a gas mask. The reason the U.S. government thought this was important was because that in an event of World War III, which they were very concerned about in 1984, if the Soviets used chemical warfare, the soldiers would constantly be wearing their gas masks. They'd even be wearing their gas mask in areas that had been nuked, okay? Because they didn't want to breathe anything, no toxins in, just in case. So they thought it was imperative to have at least one canteen that had a gas mask tube attachment. By the way, no gas mask on the original one. Then in the back on this entrenching tool cover, you would have a tri-fold entrenching tool. These were invented and brought into issue in 1967-68, and they're just simple. They're really good shovels. They're short, a little bit short, and that's kind of a gripe. But they have this T handle on them, and they just fold out. There's a ring in here. They've been using the ring since I don't know. I reckon World War I. But you just loosen it, and you fold the handle out, and fold the head out, and you just tighten that bad boy up, and you got yourself a shovel. And you can you know, right? And if you really needed to, you could untighten it, flip it down, and retighten it. And this is pretty cool. Grab it by the sides like this, and you could use it as a hoe or a pick to loosen up dirt if it was like muddy and clay in the rain. I've had real life experience with this, like digging and stuff. It's pretty easy to use. Like I said, just a little bit short though. Not an excuse for a full handle shovel. Those, before they were like that, they had full handles and the covers were made out of canvas, and they had the I think it was an M56 shovel. I think it was a 56 shovel. Do not quote me on that. They had a pick on the backside, so it was a pick and a shovel in two. The M43 shovel, which I also have in there, it is just a regular shovel with nothing else. It kind of operates the same way. It also has a full handle. Those were used in War II. Now we're gonna move our way down to sort of my lower waist area and talk about some things down there. Alright, hey, down at my lower waist, and you notice I have a second strap. This second strap attaches to this bad boy right here. And this is a This is a pouch carrying equipment for the M17 gas mask, and you just pop this bad boy open. Now notice these have the original lift the dot. That's what they call their lift the dot fasteners. Because when you put them through, there's just a dot in there, and you go and they just pop off. And this is a little inaccurate. This is a little farb, as they would call it, because these were out of use by the 70s. Like no one used these anymore because they've been using these since World War One. And these were out of style by the 70s, and they were replaced by the same ones that were on the Canteen, just the regular ones like that. They had the snaps. They were still using the gas mask, just different styles. I think they were using them like these on this filter pocket right here. You put extra filters in there. But all right, this is the M17 gas mask. Often called the grasshopper, because when you put it on, it kind of makes you look like the face of a grasshopper. That's just what I've heard. Well, I reckon for science, even though this probably has Agent Orange in it, because it's an original 1964 issue, I'm gonna put it on. So I'm just gonna whip my helmet off, look around in there, make sure there's no foreign objects. And whip this bad boy on. Smells like storage, but hey, you gotta sacrifice a few things here and there for the YouTubes. It's not very tight right now. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm tightening it. Oh, man, that is not the greatest smell that you probably want to work into. Oh, that's dust. Whew, bad boy. Alrighty. Yeah, that was not a good idea. But you can kind of get the general idea. Oh, God. Alright, we'll take this off. Oh. There is no telling what asbestos I just breathed in, but that probably hasn't been worn since 1974. Moving on. Pants, same thing, just camo, pretty basic pants. We got regular pockets, button-up pockets. I have some in my mouth. Then just regular button-up pockets in the back. Now we're gonna move you down real low, down to my boots. All right, hey guys, that was a little different. My stand wouldn't go down farther enough, so I'm gonna have to film this freehand, and I'm gonna show you all my boots. So these are what's called jungle boots. These have been issued since the Vietnam War. Yeah, they're a little dirty, I know. Don't believe me. You just tighten them up, and they're canvas. So they're probably not the best for ankle support. Oh, hey, that's my cat. They're probably not the best for ankle support. You gotta go away. They're probably not the best for ankle support, and they've got this little canvas strip right here. But they're super breathable and super comfortable. Like, your ankle can move around in so many places with these on. It's unbelievable. It's the same on both feet, obviously. And on the bottom, they have what's called a Panama sole. Now, the Panama sole was introduced a few years into the Vietnam War. They had what was called a Vibram sole on them first, which was kind of more like just a regular shoe tread. Hey, Yoder. But they were like, they gripped mud too fast, and they allowed them to slip everywhere. So they weren't very good boots, so they changed them. And they used these all the way into the 80s. And for now, the military is usually personal preference, but you can still wear these if you wanted to. And they're pretty lenient on them. These are pretty popular. They also had a steel plate in them. These are reproductions, so they do not have the steel plate. I do have originals up there. But they had a steel plate in them that ran from your foot down to your heel, and it stopped them from punji sticks, which are these little bamboo sharpened sticks they did in Vietnam. And if you stepped on it, it would increase the pressure needed to puncture through your legs. So now we're going to the little extra things. All right, man, we're back. And now we have another pretty cool piece I like pretty good. And this is the ever so famed Alice pack. Now this is the standard issue combat rucksack from 1972 to pretty much cats until pretty much the 2000s. Yeah, they used these pretty good until the 2000s. And it's just pretty basic. It's just a backpack, comes out, it's got straps, 3 outside pockets, magazine pockets, that kind of thing. And this will eventually be getting its own video by the day. Just let you heads up. We're getting its own video. And if I just attach the straps, it says with a quick release. It's very cool. Very cool. My grandfather got this for $10-20 when they're actually worth about, they're depending on who you're looking at, they actually go for pretty expensive. So shout out to my grandpa. And Papa Huff is very good at finding me all these things at yard sales. So good, and he always gets a better deal on them than what I would get them for. So you gotta appreciate that. And almost ready. I have to tighten my belt. All right. So just flip it around. Looks like that. But yeah, again, I got it relatively unempty. So it probably wouldn't be looking that good or that empty and small. This thing pretty much has an iPod charger. It's got a Bunsen burner in it. It's got its own Wi-Fi hotspot. I'm pretty sure it's got GPS. I know, thing's humongous, but when it's full. But just for the showing y'all guys, it's got hooks and stuff and tabs so you can hang a bunch of canteens off of it, a lot of storage. But that's that. Oh, quick release in action. You just lift up this tab real fast and it just comes apart. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. Boom, backpack strap off. If I do it with this one, I better hold it so it don't fall. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Oh, just take that bad boy out, cub. Oh, that was almost bad. All right, next item, moving over. This is a shelter half. Now, it's pretty unassuming looking because it's only half of a tent. And yes, you're probably wondering, half of a tent? Why do you get issued half of a tent? That seems dumb. And it maybe is. But basically the thought was that maybe you and a platoon of 50 other guys could sit there and have half of a tent. Each man, one man carried half. All of the men carried 5 sticks and half of the poles. And half the tent, half the actual fabric that makes the tent. And after the day's done and y'all have time to go sleep and y'all are not in a like a steady position with like beds and bunkers and stuff, you go out and you go, hey man, you find your bunk buddy. Please let it be someone you actually like. But you find your bunk buddy and you're like, yeah man, let's combine our half tents. Woo, yeah. Right. And you button your tents together, and you've got a whole tent, and that's who you're spending your night with. It's big enough to fit that entire backpack, your helmet, whatever you're not wearing when you go to bed, and it's pretty simple. It's a pretty unassuming piece of fabric. Then, as you've seen in my intro, we got the field cap, and this bad boy, yet again in the same camo. This was in a time where everyone was picking up camoed uniforms, and they just thought this was the coolest stuff ever. They put this on everything. And say it's too heavy for a helmet, and your hair doesn't look good enough to show off. you go, put that bad boy on. You're ready for business. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Then, you let your hair fall down. And in the cold weather, it's got this little flap that pops out. It's got like wool on the inside. Actually, surprisingly warm. It just folds out. And I'm assuming it helped you pretty darn on well when it was cold outside. Doesn't look all that much, but I'm sure it helped. Well, that's it pretty much. I mean, that's from head to toe. And y'all got the video one. Shout out to my boy Tyler. He's been commenting on all his videos. Go watch his videos under Tyler Meredith. That's just it is. That's all I gotta say, man. So, peace out.